Hello everyone, welcome to another cast of the neogaf North American StarCraft 2 tournament. It's another round 1 cast, this time with Keikaku as the blue Protoss, and Kmills as the overpowered red player. Haven't really watched this match yet, so not really sure what's going on, and I don't actually remember who won this game when it was posted in the thread, so it should be completely new, completely interesting. We apparently have a pylon going down on 8, with Keikaku actually rallying his probe all the way up to that pylon, so he didn't want to waste a second there. The overpowered red player is opting to build got the loony. Opting to build a wall at his ramp with his supply depot. Production tab open. I see these. Keikaku built only on 11, and it looks like he's rolling out another probe for what looks like to be a very, very early gateway. Kmills again is actually built in 11 racks, so both of them opting for very, very quick offense, it looks like. Kmills scouting across the map. Not really much going on. Keikaku opting to chrono boost his economy, so we shouldn't see any sort of 2-gate chrono lot pressure, which I would imagine isn't very standard versus a Terran player. Keikaku doing a nice little circle around his base and then opting to return back home from whence he came. Another pylon, a simulator going down. We have a SCV just sitting around doing nothing here. Looks like Kmills will be adding on another supply depot to complete his wall. Putting just one Marine, already has his refinery up. So his wall is up, pretty much preventing any scouting on him. I don't really like that wall, but since he's fighting a Protoss player, it's not a huge issue. But until Protoss can get a observer out, it's pretty much denied all scouting at this point, which is very unfortunate. Now it looks like Kmill's plan is to go for a bio ball build, adding on a second barracks. Seems bio builds are fairly popular amongst the GAF Terran players. Haven't really seen much mech play. Probably the closest thing being the Lenti with his strong Hellion builds into tank marauder pushes. Keikaku just leaving a hill by his ramp, opting to tech into a fast cyborg and a forge, building a second gateway in his gas, dropping pylon in the cannon to watch his back door. Meanwhile, Kmills is just leaving a Marine back here. No upgrades, but does have the gas for it, and is approaching a supply block, so we should probably be throwing down a supply depot any second now. And there it is. Keikaku, on the other hand, is cornering out his warp gates and his own economy. Another photon cannon, which really wasn't necessary, because it doesn't really cover anything that this cannon does. In fact, the cannon won't be able to shoot down here, and won't be able to even defend this cannon should these rocks fall. So, probably not the best idea. In terms of economy, both of them are just stuck around 20, but once again, Terran, Mules, advantage, Ghosts, EMPs can be bad. Still no stim, still no concussive shot. Another one barracks reactor, one barracks tech lab build. Seems to be fairly popular. Another supply blocking coming, but Kmills is on top of that. Factory going down. Keikaku upgrading level 1 research. Looks like warp gates are done, but not yet finished up, but he hasn't finished morphing it yet. Looks like we do have a fast expand going from Protoss, because he feels fairly secure since he hasn't seen any pressure. But probably see this Terran player moving out either fairly soon, or as soon as he gets medevacs out. Looks like he's just scouting, probably going to grab these watchtowers. But Keikaku has already been very responsible, making sure he has control of them, so you'll see this coming. More pylons coming down. Forge still upgrading. Looks like he's going to be taking control of this watchtower. Gonna lose that marine though. Surprisingly close fight. Wow. One unupgraded Zealot can beat a marine and a marauder. That's something I did not know. Looks like Kmills was also somewhat surprised by that. Starboard down, building its own reactor rather than going for the quicker medevac. Stim coming down. Another ghost coming out. Command center going down. Be a little bit slower, but Keikaku hasn't saturated this and is actually queuing up a whole lot of probes. But he has chrono boost to spare, so he should be chrono boosting his Nexus with his first. Looks like he's switching into a 4-gate build. Should be seeing these warps soon and a couple of units coming out. I really would like to see him throw down a robotics and start scouting out. But it looks like he's interested in getting a very, very fast third, which seems like a very odd decision. Protoss armor upgrades coming in, more medevacs coming in, miners probes from everybody, that's good. I really don't think Keikaku should be expanding this early, especially since he hasn't even scouted to see if Terran is on one base or has managed to expand yet. If he did, he'd know that he has the advantage now and doesn't really need a third. On 4 warp gates, I'm not entirely sure that he could even support having all that extra income. So unless he plans on massively expanding his warp gate count or adding on a couple robotics, because you need more than one. I mean, look at his minerals count is already out of control without having this extra base added on. Still hasn't even grabbed his gases here. This isn't even close to saturated, but chrono boosts are not even being used, so yeah, he should really not be expanding, if I had to give my opinion. Kmills has grabbed his, and it's already done more work towards saturating his line. Tanks are out, siege upgrade is up. One Viking, one medevac. Should probably see a couple more medevacs, and then he'll be pushing out with these ghosts, which will be a huge problem. Only one sentry. Double robotics. Oh, I see. Well, that will be useful in a Twilight Council. Once again, not saturated here, not chrono boosting, not keeping his money down, not constantly building with his warp gates. Looks like he has just warped in 4 more zealots. But he does keep sight. He is keeping sight, so he'll at least know when he's moving out and will be able to counter accordingly. Lots of marines, nice little mix of marauders, couple ghosts, tanks. No real easy counter at this point, so I can't just say, well, I'll power out a few immortals, crush the tanks, crush marauders, GG's. Protoss really needs to get a scout, so I'm hoping he builds an observer now. Another thing, he has saturated this line, but only now building... He hasn't saturated this line, only now building some probes, still not chrono boosting at either expansion. Army is just sitting around. Still hasn't scouted this expand. Kmills, I don't think, has scouted this one either. No, Kmills knows. Of course doesn't know about this gold. Observer finally coming out. +1/+1, whereas Kmills just now getting his weapons upgrade. More medevacs, more tanks. Keeping his harvester count up. Both players are about even, but Kmills has managed to even it up on 2 bases compared to Keikaku's 3, and he has the natural mule advantage. Once again, this base not paying for itself yet. Robotics Bay coming out, Zealot Legs coming out. Looks like he's finally trying to saturate this line. Once again, rallying everything individually, rather than just, grabbing forces from his mineral line, since he has a lot of spare minerals in the bank and is short on gas at the moment. Looks like he is not using this robotics bay. He's not using either of these facilities. Looks like this medevac tried to grab site here. Kmills looking to push out, it looks like. Keikaku still only on 4 warp gates. Despite all the, 23,000 in the bank, 600 gas, 4 warp gates. Still not using these robotics bays. At the very least, he could have a few immortals, which would not be entirely useless against this army comp. But there are ghosts in play. This will be just about a slaughter. You're seeing him pull back, sieging his tanks. EMP's going down, but yeah. Not close at all. Oh look, Colossus are coming out. No thermal rants. No chrono boosts on either of them. Would have been nice to have a few Colossus out about 2 minutes ago. It's like Kmills just sitting outside the base, probably going to heal up and immediately push. Keeping his macro up, so he has units building out of most of his production facilities. He's leaving some defense in the back. I wonder if he'll go for these rocks, but it's not entirely necessary. If he just moves his Viking up just a little bit too, this tank will be able to handle this pylon and this cannon. Looks like, yeah, this cannon goes down before... This thing only gets 1 kill before the pylon went down. It was in a very bad position. Sentries here, you can mostly just use them to delay the inevitable. These Colossus are out, but not doing anything, completely out of position. No thermal lances. Here they come now, but they're actually coming behind the Terran forces, which will be rather unfortunate, because these tanks with high ground advantage will see them coming. Tanks versus Colossus, not really the fight you want to have. I managed just to get one of the tanks, but this game is pretty much over at this point. Keikaku had way too much money, way too many bases for so few production facilities, and even when he did get the robotic stacks out, he just wasn't spending his money fast enough. Kmills just out-efficiencyed him, but Kmills also had a bit of a overhead. That can be attributed to just mismacroing while he was actually attacking. Even not that much of a food differential, though, at least in terms of supply. Well, this was another game. From the looks of it, Kmills did advance, going 3-0 against Keikaku. Congratulations for advancing. Hope to see you in the second round. Keikaku, thanks for coming out. Hope to see you again in future tournaments or just in casual gameplay. Thank you for watching this cast, and have a good day.